Alright boys, in this final week of videos we'll be taking a look at the best players of each region and some dark horse duos from Middle East, OC, Brazil, EU, East and West to get you hyped for the heats coming up soon. Today we'll be looking at the West Coast with 100 Thieves Rehx and NRG EpikWhale, breaking down how they took first and are looking strong into the heats. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on to not miss any new videos, and like the video if you enjoyed or learnt anything. That's a really bad one. I want to see how they rotate this. So where's the edge of here? It's there, right? Or they pad the hole over here and try getting center. Thing is, this is 50-50 zone, right? So you really don't know where you want to be, to be honest. Like, probably the best bet is to just play edge above people and wait and see. Let's see what they do though. Didn't get a kill for all, okay. How do you get game IDs for EU? If you do exclamation mark how to watch Kenzil, you'll be able to see them. EpikWhale switching, I think it's a good idea. He's already want a solo cup. Okay, so they recycle a pad. Do they have one themselves? Yeah, of course. And this is what I talked about in my first review of Epic, is they always have floppers from agency, like fishing up. Because they always have floppers, so they can always recycle a pad. Again, they elevate above this team. They have to go deep in zone now. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, they were so close to getting griefed and dying. OC replay codes on Twitter. I appreciate that, bro. We'll have a look at that in a sec. We still got to do. We'll do this one game from West and one EU game, and then we'll get on to the other regions. Oh my god, bro. So what did they even do wrong on this rotate? Let's do like a critical body of these guys. Because otherwise, they did win, obviously, but they shouldn't have been this sketchy. Alright, so they come in. Instead of getting directly above a team, what do they do? They should have been on top of Debris and Wheels, or they should have got on top of Maximo. And what do? For some reason, EpikWhale is just doing his little controller builds. And that's like such a focusable spot, do you know what I mean? And also, you can tell on replays that they didn't mark edge of zone. They should have marked edge of zone, like the closest. And then that would have given them to like a gauge for it. Because this results in them both getting hit by RPG, or just Rehx. And then they end up getting sprayed up for ages. Okay. I need 3 monitors worth of streaming. Oh my god, bro, this is so sketchy. Now they're really shambles. Oh, they get cracked again. He's 7 HP, bro. Okay. And that was all just because they didn't mark the edge of zone. Like, you have to mark edge of zone as you get in on 4th. So you can kind of gauge how deep you have to get into zone. And that's all their floppers gone, okay. Now they're completely shambles. They still have that pad though. The fact that they recycled the pad earlier was a good play, because now they have a pad for this zone, right? Where they're not in a position to get a refresh or to recycle one. They might be able to recycle one, just based on like tanking Storm for a second, but we'll see. Is this where EpikWhale shits on Debris? I think it is, bro. Oh god, this is about to be funny. So they do a regular pad, okay. What's the play here? So they have 20 mats, 10 builds. So they have about 30 builds between them. What do they do? Dun 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 dun. I fucking Jesus Christ, man, that's tragic. That is just tragic, isn't it? It's very rare to see something as tragic happen in a competitive Fortnite match. Oh my god, man. It's embarrassing because that's actually a good play in the current meta. Like just jumping in the duo's box with the mythic jam gun is actually good. That's a very intelligent play. Anyway, they get stacked off that. So now what are they up to? They're back up to 50 builds and 100 builds for Rehx, who's Tarper. And we'll see how they play. So they're out of a pad now, but they got floppers off that. Been playing Kovacs a lot, probably, yeah. What are these moving zones, bro? That's such a bad moving. Is this the game where it goes into shark? I think it is. They got Brutus minigun off that? Yeah. I don't know why he's only snipe. Maybe just to go for like... Yeah, he should run harpoon instead of snipe. I don't know what he's doing. That's like a very... I don't know. I feel like unless you're going for a snipe play on height, but even then, like, why would you go for a snipe which is 100 damage with gold suppressed rather than like a scarred triple dink or something that's guaranteed? Okay. So right now... I'll switch for Rehx. They recycle it up. Epic always leads on stuff like this. That's such a free kill, bro. I kind of like that play, though. Like, instead of just waiting and tarping on the level, they were at front side, right? They wait, go for beams, and then they can just recycle it up. And nobody ever expects something to come through. I don't know why that team hasn't closed off their back or ramped it or something, but... and now they get onto a good level where they can tarp for themselves. Epic leads. His controller tarping is actually really clean, honestly. Oh, pretty clean. And they regroup, got up a couple of levels there to get away from that. Like, they realised that was a congested level, right? So they get up here a lot more. They get in. What can they do? They get front side height again here. And most likely, hold on, let's go Gen 3. So they get front side here again because it pulls towards them. I feel like you've got to start looking up at height at this point. Do you know what I mean? When you get front side a second moving and you're not going to pad it or anything, because everybody who pads it back here, right, they've low padded in. They've low padded down here. Nobody high pads at this point. So if the guys on high are like shooting and stuff, they're going to be distracted. And that's where maybe you can go for a snipe play or just go for like a 3-2-1 or something. Or a split angle on height. Like, high ground is spraying people out the air, so why don't they just look for height and have a bit of height awareness, right? Because that's 2 free beams, especially on controller, right? That's the point. So now they go for RPGs, they get damage. Get more damage. Like, again, why not just look for height? These guys aren't playing it properly because their level, this level is too low. What's it called? This is too low, to be honest, and Riverstand's not front side enough whenever he's playing it. Like, these guys could have had a lot more consistent games if they learn to play split height a little bit differently. It's in deep again. Now they start looking for height, but this is the point where it doesn't really matter, right? Because front side is overtaken them. And they're such good mats because they got 3 really big refreshers as well. Okay. Flopper play. Do they both have floppers? They do. Okay, maybe this is just their plan all longer for a flopper play on height. They both tank without building. They shouldn't have even edited that, in my opinion. The fact that they edited that could give like a cue to high ground about what they're gonna do. EpikWhale sneaks up. Oh, they check. Nice. That was a good height take. And he shits himself and runs away. Still though, I don't know why Riversound and Falconer weren't playing split height properly there at all. At no point in the game should a duo be able to flop a high ground take and just take a 2v1 aim duel against you. That's completely their fault, and they get all the mats off that as well. Nice, what's that? Okay. What the fuck am I watching? Okay, that's another role thing. Like, if you're high ground guy, whoever has RPG always needs to play in the lower level, always. Okay, they get the res here, fair enough. What am I watching? Okay. Split builds, maybe, boys? I don't... The RPG's not bad. I'd rather he uses the RPG below. Like, you should always... In water zones, you should always RPG below people, because then they fall into the water, right? Or if they don't have a thing on covered. How do they lose this, bro? They haven't split mats. Little's going for a high ground take deep in storm. Now they get dropped. They win the aim fight against one. And then Little's still playing floppers the way back here. Nice, Little, that was clean. They should have split mats and maybe gone down their levels. As soon as they shoot that RPG, they should go down level rather than playing that ultimate. Because the chance of them getting knocked out... Obviously, it's kind of fortunate Little had RPG and a lot of floppers to play with, but that's clean.